Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Back to throw. Copeland. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
Open man here is Benson.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll set up a throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
In your face. 31's the mic.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right.
Lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
It's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, they had gone run the previous play. Nice little setup. This time they go play action. Defense bites a bit, and they hit for a big play in the end zone.
So they sold it really well, didn't they? Because of just what you described. They ran it the previous play, come back with the same action, and now they step back and throw it and get a big play for a touchdown. But what happens as a defensive back is your eyes have to go to the right place. What does your coach about? Are your eyes in the right spot? Well, this time the eyes went to the play action. It froze their feet. They weren't moving, and he went on past them and caught the pass for a touchdown.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Looking to throw. Copeland. That's caught by Howard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
On 3rd down, Copeland. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets a made.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff out of the gun, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up. Right back to him on 1st down. And
taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
31's the mic. Watch the screen. Pass. 31's the mic.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Lutz with the extra point. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
But punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Copeland. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Copeland. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back to throw again.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off at the 23, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half, and you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
He'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. He's got a man, complete. A big connection on that one, 33 yards.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back to throw now on first down. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And now here's a carry heading left. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Mike, 53, Mike.
6 guys, check 6 guys.
Now they try the right side here. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now a diving catch made just beyond the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deebo Samuel with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
What's good on the extra point? And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on first down. Copeland eluding the pressure right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
To throw on second down. Copeland. Williams brings it in. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
On first down, Copeland. And he's going to be sacked. Second back right at the midfield stripe. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off near the 42. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Big stop, G. Big stop.
He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
53 is the mark. 53. Check 53. All day. All day.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. Great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Lutz with the extra point, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. Off the play fake. Copeland. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, check. Go, Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And this returnable for Hill. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down, You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. 55's mine, guys. 55. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw here. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. The Eagles send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Off play action. Copeland. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Copeland. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's brought down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
57's Mike 57. Defense wins championships, baby.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Cut. 57's the Mike. Watch 57. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Copeland. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Copeland. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Dances by him, and it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Parker, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Again, he'll drop to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Just like that. Mike 19, Mike 19.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just
confused.
off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia, and this was truly a total team effort.